Okay, guys, I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. I had a little bit of technical difficulties, and I'm hoping that you can hear and that we can get this started. I apologize for being so late, but I'm just waiting to get word that you can hear me. I'm going to click screen share. You can hear me? Oh, you can hear me. Okay, let me get the running around like crazy, freaking out because I was worried you couldn't hear me, and I was worried that this wasn't going to work. I'm just going to wait to get the thumbs up that you guys can see my screen, and if you can, then we'll get started. You guys, technical difficulties, right? It never fails. So let me just wait to see if you can see what I see. Should see a Seacret Direct Opportunity. You can see me. Oh shoot! I hope you can't see me. Oh. Okay, good. You can see this. I was hoping you couldn't see me because I look really frazzled right now. Okay, you guys. So I am so sorry again for being so late to the call. I will try not to talk with my hands because I know when I get really wild and excited, I talk with my hands, and then the microphone kind of flips around on the headphones, and people are like, "We can't hear you." So I'm going to rely on my trusty partner, Barney, to let me know if I get too excited and I need to like stop the arm movement. So anyway, I'm so excited to welcome you guys to the Seacret Direct Business Opportunity. My name is Michaela Clark, and I am an executive secret agent. And I wanted to start off by telling you guys a little bit about me so that you're like, who is this girl? What is she? I mean, some of you may follow me, and some of you may have been invited by somebody else. So to start off, my name is Michaela Clark. Like I said, I live in Marianna, Arkansas, but I did not grow up here. That is why I do not have a Southern accent. I do say y'all. I love sweet tea. I love barbecue. I live like 20 minutes from the Mississippi border, about an hour and a half from Memphis, Tennessee, and I absolutely love it here. I am a wife to that hunky guy in the bottom right-hand corner, Struan. We've been married, 7 years, I believe. And we have two adorable little children, Adeline, who is 6, and Tavish, who is 4. Along with that, I am also a friend. Like you can see, I love to have fun. I am obsessed with unicorns. I'm obsessed with like coffee mugs, although I really don't drink coffee. I'm a recovering Diet Coke addict. And what else can I think about? I don't know. I'm just so excited about this opportunity. To give you guys a little bit of background about myself, I have been in network marketing for going on 4 years now. I actually just recently joined Seacret at the end of February 2017. So I'm really new to the Seacret business. However, I am not new to network marketing and social media. I started a business, health and fitness business, back in the fall of 2013, I want to say. And yep, that would be right. And sorry, I had to do math, count your fingers, right? I started that business. At first I started it just, I was like living in North Dakota at the time, and I was really just looking for friendship and looking for a way to help with income in my family. And then a couple years later, we moved to Arkansas, and my business became a job, a job. It was something that was keeping our family afloat. It was something that was feeding our family. We're entrepreneurs. My husband, he is a hard worker with an entrepreneurial spirit who, has his own business that he's running. And there were many times that he was working 350 plus hours a month. I was single momming it up with my kids, trying to keep my own personal business afloat. And so you're like, okay, why did you leave? Because I was super successful in the business that I was in. I had created, an awesome team of incredible individuals. I, was recognized in the Beachbody community for, what I had accomplished. And while I wasn't like the top of the top, I had accomplished quite a few things in my 3 years there. But it was about last summer, about a year ago, I really started to notice that my life seemed to be taking me in a new direction. And I felt like I was being pulled somewhere else, but I kept having this mindset of like, don't quit before the miracle, right? Or, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. Things are going to happen for you, right? Like this, it's just right around the corner. Just keep going. And I was killing myself. I kind of equate it to this like puzzle piece where it sort of kind of fit into my life, this business, but it didn't quite just click in. And I was working my guts out. I will not sugarcoat it in any way. I was working 12 plus hours a day on my business. And when I look at it now, it just wasn't for me. I was trying to force something that just wasn't there, right? What God was telling me. I'm a firm believer in God, so if you don't believe in God, I apologize, but I do. And I just felt like God was pointing me in a new direction, and He was, there were very many signs saying, no, this isn't the path for you. But I was, being stubborn, and I was like, forging through because that's what we do, right? And it wasn't until the end of July we were struggling financially. So my husband and I sat down and we made the very heartbreaking decision that the two kids and I, we were going to move to Idaho, where my parents live, where I grew up, and leave him behind to work his business. And we were going to move in with my parents to help get us some, financial stability. And when things like that happen, it shakes you up, right? And so we moved back. I am so grateful for my parents, and they are incredible people. But being 26, 27, moving back in with your parents is really hard, especially when you have kids, and now you have two moms in the house, and and your kids are missing their dad. And so I really took a step back from my business at that point, and I was like, I really need to focus on my kids. And I felt like I was having a midlife crisis, like, what am I doing with my life? I'm only 26, but I feel like I don't know what I want to do. I know I don't want to go back into the workforce because daycare is expensive. I don't want to miss out on my kids growing up. I love the freedom that I have. I love the fact that when my husband, because I know his business is going to take off and he's going to be able to have more freedom, I want to have freedom with him too. And I just was like, what am I supposed to do with my life? And I met up with one of my mentors who from high school, and she was just like, honey, you are meant for the stage. And while I love the stage and I love performing, I'm not in that stage in my life. But I find social media and I find this outlet through this type of business. And so I took a step back and I said, okay, what do I love to do in my business? What don't I love to do? And it ended up being that with the company I was with before, there were a lot of things I didn't love. And I didn't love the 12-hour days, and I didn't love, the person I had become in some ways through that business. I felt like I'd missed out on a whole entire year of my kids' lives. And I'm embarrassed and ashamed to say that, because the whole reason I was doing it, was to be home with them, to watch them grow, to be mom, to do that. And here I was not fulfilling that. And here I sit, and in 4 months, my little boy's headed off to full-time preschool, and I'm going to be an empty nester. And I kick myself every day that I didn't recognize those warning signs, that I didn't see that I was killing myself over something. And God is telling me, tapping me on the shoulder, saying, it's because this isn't what you're supposed to be doing. So I took a step back. I reevaluated my life. I put everything under a microscope. Got back to Arkansas the end of November, beginning of December, really focused on getting my kids, reacclimated. And then I started reading personal development books. If you are someone who, even if you don't, this opportunity isn't for you, or you're like, I just don't think network marketing is for me, personal development works for everyone. And it is incredible, and it is powerful, and it will change your life if you allow it to. And I read this book by John Gordon. It's called The Seed. And it's all about finding your purpose. And I had committed to myself at the beginning of 2017 that I was going to find what I was meant to do, right? I was going to figure it out, because there are so many things. I know that I'm someone of value, and I needed to find that out. I know every single person is placed on this earth for a purpose, and I wanted to find mine, because too many people go throughout this life not knowing what they're called to do and never figuring it out. And I refuse to be that person. And so I sat down and I wrote down a bucket list of the things that I want to accomplish. And I sat down and I wrote down, what am I good at? What do I love to do? And about that time, I promise this has a purpose. About February, I'm thinking I'm going to take whole 2017 to figure this out. And about February, I get a call or a text message from like an acquaintance / friend, and she's like, hey, have you left your previous business? And I was like, oh, well, I've taken a really major step back. I'm not sure what I'm doing. And she goes, well, I would love to share my business opportunity with you. And I had made myself this deal that I was not going to say no. I was going to say yes, even if I was like, this is not for me at all. I was never going to say no. The only thing I was going to say no to was doing a business that competed with the business I was with before, because I didn't feel like it wasn't a problem. I didn't have a problem with the products. I didn't have a problem with any of that. So I was like, no, I believe in my products. That's not the issue here. So I was like, sure. And I had this every intention to be like, I'm going to listen to her call, and then I'm going to politely decline at the end, because I did really respect this person. And I was like, I am going to go all out. I'm going to listen to what she has to say. And I get on this call, and I had, sat down and said, okay, what do I need to hear from this call to really spark my interest? Well, I'm someone who is very big on culture-driven communities. I'm big on friendships. As you can see from my picture, there are many things that I was just like, I need to hear that. And everything I needed to hear, I heard on that call. But I'm like, no, this has to be too good to be true, right? Like, they can talk the talk, but do they really walk the walk? I don't know these people. I was on a 3-way call with another business partner who was very successful in the secret industry. And I was like, gosh, they're just blowing smoke up, my pant leg. And then they offered to fly me to Phoenix, Arizona to meet one-on-one with the CEO of Seacret. And so from there, I'm going to tell you about what I've learned about the secret business, the opportunity. And, I can just tell you that it is incredible when you finally just throw your hands up in the air and you just tell God, you lead, I follow. Because that's exactly what I did with this opportunity. And I hope you listen tonight with an open heart, and you really take in what I'm sharing with you. I'm not out to get anybody, and I would never want that. We're not here to just add a bunch of people to our team. We want people who really want to be here, because we believe in this opportunity. And, it takes heart, and it takes soul, and it takes hustle to do something like this. But this business isn't limited to, scholars, and it isn't limited to certain kinds of people. This business can be for anybody. So I just, I really hope you'll listen to this with, with an open heart, with an open mind, and just listen to your gut, because your gut instinct is never wrong. Like I said, I tried to force my previous business so much, and I tried to work, my family around it. And when I found the secret opportunity and I just ran with it, it's really clicked in. It's the missing puzzle piece. It is the big picture. And my picture before was beautiful, but it's clicked in and just made it that much brighter and beautiful. So without, going too much further in, you may be wondering, like, okay, back up. Who and what is Seacret? So Seacret is this incredible company that is made, it's a skincare company or a wellness company that is made with minerals from the Dead Sea. And it was founded by this incredible person. His name is Isaac Ben Shabbat. He is the person I was able to sit down with in Phoenix, Arizona, and talk to one-on-one. He is the most humble person you will ever meet. He's very soft-spoken, but very, very brilliant and very smart. And he grew up in Israel. And he lived over there. He was in the military, and his brother lived here in Austin, Texas. And Isaac flew over because his brother was working in ice cream business here in the United States, and they was like, oh, the ice cream business. We need to bring him home back to Israel. So he gets there, and his brother's like, oh, you finally come to work the family business. We're so excited to have you. Go down here and get your ice cream truck. So he doesn't have the heart to tell his brother that that's not why he's there. And so he drives down to this other ice cream truck. Well, in the midst of him being gone, because there's no cell phones and his family's in Israel, his brother calls his family and says, great news, Isaac is moving to America. We're starting this business together. We're going to be doing the family business. We're living the American dream. And his parents put everything they owned up for sale. And they flew to America. And so that's where his beginnings, that's where he started. His whole family's living here. They don't have any money. They don't have anything. And he starts calling his friends. He realizes like mall kiosks, that's something he noticed. And he was like, we need to make money so we can get back to Israel. And so he starts calling his friends in Israel saying, I don't have anything to pay you, but I need your help. My family needs your help. Will you please come to America and help us? And he had, I think, about 20 friends fly from Israel to the United States. They paid their way to help his family gain, the finances that they needed. And he told them, I will do anything, to pay you back. And that's just, I tell you this story because, wow, right? Like, that is just in a story in itself. That is incredible. Not many people, he's always still talks about how he's just paying those people back. So that is kind of where his started. But see, Seacret started actually, it was a business, like they were working in the mall kiosks. You might have met them. They're not sometimes the most, you duck your head and run. But then eventually entered Betty Perez. It was a 19-year-old girl who started working at the kiosk, and she started blowing the roof off of all of their sales. And so they're like, who is this girl? And she realized immediately, she was like, Seacret is meant to be like a network marketing business. This isn't, that's how she knew that opportunity was there. She met with Isaac, and he was basically like, no, thank you. We are going to be like the Apple of skincare. We don't want to be network marketing icky sales. So I'll go more into why they moved out of the kiosks into the MLM form in just a few minutes, but I wanted to kind of give you a background. You have Betty Perez, 19 years old, quit college, now is, a co-founder of an incredible company. Isaac Ben Shabbat, who was, grew up in Israel, moved here with nothing in his pocket and has created this incredible, business. So why the Dead Sea? What's so important about the Dead Sea? Well, the Dead Sea is actually the lowest point on Earth. It is 1,388 feet below sea level. And many, many people travel to the Dead Sea because of its healing properties. It has 26 minerals in it, and of the 26, 12 of those minerals are only found in the Dead Sea. So it has an over 33% salt content, and it's been visited by ancient royalty. Cleopatra actually every year traveled to the Dead Sea because she knew of the value. She felt like, she knew that it was, keeping her skin young and everything like that. So it also is known for its healing properties. Many countries over, like Europe and stuff, they send people to the Dead Sea to heal skin issues because it's cheaper than them paying for a bunch of medications. So that's who and what Seacret is. It's this company that it's not a chemically based company. It is a company that, is taking natural product from Mother Earth and turning it into, a product that we can use. And you may be like, oh, well, are they harming the Dead Sea because they're mining all of the salt out? Well, actually, they're not. The Dead Sea, actually, the government over there has to mine the Dead Sea because it creates so much salt so fast that the surface, it brings all of the water to the surface. And if they don't mine the salt out, the Dead Sea would evaporate. And so Seacret doesn't do any of the mining. They just purchase the minerals from the government over there and utilize what they dig up to save the Dead Sea. So you may be thinking, why skincare? Why in the world would I do a skincare business? Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Do you have skin? Do you know somebody who has skin? So everybody has skin, right? Like, that's a no-brainer, but when you think of it that way, everyone has skin, right? You can be with other companies because I was with it before. I know what that was like. Not everyone wants to lose weight. Not everyone cares about makeup. Not everyone, and some people don't care about their skin, but when you get older, I'm going to tell you, more and more people care about their skin. Your skin is like, the biggest organ in your body, and it is a protector, and it's just, a lot of people care about their skin. Also, the skincare industry is a $216 billion a year industry. And they projected that by 2018, it will be a little around or over $400 billion. So this industry is wide open, right? There are so many people who purchase skincare products. You probably have skincare products sitting in your in your cupboard, in your medicine cabinet, whatever. You probably have a bunch of different ones you've tried and you were like, oh, I didn't like that. Oh, I tried that. My face broke out. Oh, I tried that. I didn't like it. So the skincare industry isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And actually, they say in, times of economic stress, there are a few businesses that do not tank. Alcohol is one. Skincare is another. So people, purchase skincare products because even though they may be struggling through a hard time, they still want to feel good about themselves, right? So we have this incredible opportunity, and one of my missions is, so I am not a vain person. I hope nobody thinks I'm a vain person if they know me. I'm not a vain person. And at first I was like, oh, skincare, man, I don't even know. I don't even wash my face. True story. And it was because my face was so sensitive to stuff. But I'm like, why would I want to do skincare? But I firmly believe your outward appearance should match who you are on the inside. And there are so many beautiful human beings out there in this world that don't share their light with others, that don't, exude their confidence because they're not confident with the person they are on the outside. And so if I can give them a little taste of that, it's worth it. So what sets Seacret apart? Why is Seacret, like, what makes it any different than any other skincare company out there? So I love this quote because it says, we are created by nature, tested by science, and proven by you. And that's exactly what Seacret's mission is. The minerals from the Dead Sea are created by nature, right? We use the Dead Sea mud, we do use the Dead Sea minerals, like we use all of that for a lot of different reasons, for a lot of different products. And then they take it into their science labs and they test it and they make sure that it's going to do what we say it's going to do, and then we prove it by using the product. If you need to see any pictures, whoever sent you to this webinar, if you need to see proof of it, if you're not a part of our groups or you haven't seen any of our pictures, just ask to see them because we'll share with you. I'm someone who suffers from what I call unicorn horns, which is cystic acne. I have used the Dead Sea mud and it has, taken those away. The Dead Sea mud has natural antibiotics in it. And it has natural, a lot of different natural things that will help with swelling, with redness, with soreness. It's a healing product. It isn't just masking your problems. It's not just taking your problems away. It's healing your skin. So obviously, like, I can't guarantee that it's going to magically heal you, but I'm telling you that it has those properties available that it could it could do that for you. And it's done that for many of my clients. And even though I've only just started, I have quite a handful of clients who have fallen in love with the product because they don't want to put a bunch of chemicals on their face. They don't want to have to sacrifice, well, I'm going to put this on my face, but who knows what's going to happen to my body down the road because we don't know what this ingredient's going to do to my insides, right? So it's tested, or it's created by nature, tested by science, and proven by you. It is also, our product is actually packaged, I don't know if you've ever heard of this company, I'm sure you have, is packaged by L'Oreal. They are the #1 company and they package Seacret's product. They offered to buy Seacret, and our CEO, Isaac, he looked at them and said, this isn't my business to sell. And I just think that shows his integrity as well. This isn't his business to sell. It belongs to, every single one of us who have committed to, to using this product and to showing others how incredible it is. So it is also patented and clinically proven. So it's not something that you're like, oh, it's just this, stuff, I've used it and it's great. Like, there's actually stuff to back it up, right? Like, it's something that you can, confidently say it's a great product. Okay, so, oh, wrong mouse. The Seacret advantage. What is the secret? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I messed up my slides. Hang on. I'm going to switch them over. So why the switch? So why, if they were doing why, if they were a business model, why did all of a sudden they decide that they were going to become a network marketing company? Why would they jump on the MLM train? Like, what is the point of this? So if you haven't noticed, we live in a very social economy, right? Have you ever used an Uber or heard of Uber? Uber is a company that doesn't own a single car, yet they are the #1 taxi service right now, right? They don't own a single car, but it's social, right? I own a car, I can pick people up and do that. I mean, have you ever heard of Airbnb? Same thing, same concept. They don't own a single hotel, they don't own a single, a single building. Yet people are, renting out these, instead of using typical hotels, they're renting out other people's homes, apartments, studios. We live in a social economy, and that is one of the biggest reasons that they made the switches. They knew that things were changing. And actually, our CEO, Isaac, he sat down with his good friend, Warren Buffett. I don't know if you know Warren Buffett, but he's a pretty big deal. he sat down with his friend Warren Buffett, and Warren looked at him and he said, 25 to 30% of retail stores will be gone in 5 years. 50% of shopping malls will soon be disappeared. I want you to think about the area that you live in. Have you had big retail stores go out of business? Have your malls dwindled down? I've noticed some of my favorite stores are going out of business. Why? It's because we've moved into a social economy. People are buying things online. People are networking with one another. We're even, big chains are going down because people are supporting small businesses, which is amazing. It's incredible. But they, Seacret saw this and we're like, okay, well, we can either be the Apple of skincare and have all of these stores all over the world and close them eventually, or we can take this to, to the social economy and see where it goes from there. And, Betty Perez is the one who really spearheaded that, who got their eyes open and said, this is what, I really think this is what you should be doing. Isaac eventually called her back and said, let's do this. And so he says she's the one to thank, because had she not had the guts to talk to him about this, they would still be trying to break into the retail stores. So a part of this was they used to have a kiosk, right? You may have seen their kiosks. They're kind of pushy. I always have to apologize because I experienced them firsthand. But why would the kiosk versus network? This is why, and this is such a no-brainer when you look at it. It takes, $30,000 just to invest in a kiosk. A kiosk in a mall, not even a store, guys. Limited hours. You can only work from when the mall is open till when the mall is closed. You have limited exposure because you are staying, you're stagnant. You're standing in one area and you're hoping people walk by you. And you're hoping that those people don't duck and walk away. And then you also have this high overhead because you've got to keep product in there, right? You're not just showing people product and then saying, okay, do you want to order here? You're selling it to them right on the spot. With a network, it's $49 investment to join. You're open 24 hours a day. I can sell it any time of the day. I can talk to anyone at any time of the day. And if they say, yes, I want to try your product, I help them out and we're good to go. I don't have to carry, there's low overhead. I don't really have to carry a bunch of product with me. If you're someone who wants to run this in the more the belly-to-belly old school marketing versus the social marketing, then you may have a little bit more overhead, but it's all going, back into your business. So it's not super high like it would be if you owned a kiosk. So that's why they made the switches. They knew that our society, we were moving into this big social economy switch, and I know you've seen it. So why are all of my okay, Seacret Advantage. I'm going to go into the Seacret Advantage because I kind of jumped forward. But I want to talk about one of the reasons that Seacret has an advantage is because it was established in 2005. It's been featured in Vogue magazine, GQ, all other top magazines, right? But you have to understand that even though they made the switch into the kiosk, they were, I want to say, I always get the M and the B mixed up, but I want to say they were at least over $1 million business, right? Like they were legit. They had a legit process, legit products. They had a legit business. Like they were successful in the business. They didn't make the switch over to the MLM side of it because they were like, oh, well, the kiosks aren't working for us, so we'll just try something else. No, they were legit. Like they literally have the numbers that were like, that's why so many people were like, you're doing what? Why would we switch over to that? This is working for us. But they saw the future and they knew that social economy was going to be a huge thing. Sorry, I didn't mess these slides up. My brain is just not working. Okay, so the Seacret Opportunity. What are the perks of the Seacret Opportunity? Well, you have the opportunity to be your own boss. You have unlimited earning potential. You get to create time and freedom. You get to travel the world. You get to buy products half price, which if you've tried the products, you know is like amazing because our products are just, the bee's knees. So, and you have so many other opportunities with this. I'm just looking at my notes. So, Seacret is the #1 company in growth as reported in the Direct Selling News Global 100 in 2015. They're #1 in company growth. And they've been in the top 100 for 3 years in a row. So, like I said, again, I'm just trying to show you, they are legit. This isn't a company that's like, oh, it's a brand new thing. The network marketing side of it is is newer. It is actually pretty ground level here in the United States. It's a really great opportunity to get in right here, right now. But the company itself and the products themselves have been around for quite some time. So the advantages for you. So Seacret, they cover your marketing tools, your business development, customer service, product development, product fulfillment. They have the office space, manufacturing, legal, payroll, delivery, infrastructure, management, payroll, employee insurance, utilities costs, and patent attorneys, right? So if you're like, oh, I would love to be an entrepreneur, but I just don't know if I have the cash flow to like do whatever it is. I don't really have an idea that I want to do, but I do love like the freedom of being an entrepreneur. I love, I will admit to you, I love network marketing. I love the concept of it. I love the fact that I don't have to carry a bunch of products. I get to take someone else's idea basically and use it to my advantage. And for you, the advantage is for you. You basically, your role as an agent is to sell, to market, and to mentor. That's it. That's all you have to do. And you're like, oh yeah, that doesn't sound too bad, but there's got to be a catch. But that's it. You sell, and you might be like, oh, I'm not a salesperson. I was just having this conversation with my husband the other day. Well, actually tonight, because he's like, I'm just not a salesperson. I'm like, oh, really? So you didn't take a picture of our grill that we just got this weekend and posted on Instagram? And he was like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay, so you're selling for the grilling company. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, and he's like, but it's different. I'm like, yeah, it's different because you're not making any money off of it. That's the difference, you guys. We're all salespeople. We all are selling something. We sell ourselves every single day, not in a bad way, but we sell ourselves, and how we act, how we talk, what we dress like. We talk about, the places that we eat. We talk about the movies that we see. We talk about the books that we read. We even share our favorite mascaras, everything. That unicorn drink took off for Starbucks. Starbucks isn't stupid. They knew people were going to talk about that, and that was free marketing for them. I guarantee the amount of dollars that they paid for the marketing on the unicorn drink is very, very minimal compared to what they actually, like the revenue that they received. So you talk about these things all the time. It's no different. And if you love a product, it makes it so much easier because you're not being like, hey, you want to buy a sundial? You're just like, people are, like, oh my gosh, your face looks so good. Oh my gosh, I know, right? I've been using this. So there's 5 ways that you can earn in this business: retail customer commission, wow bonuses, team commission, leadership check match program, and performance bonuses. So I don't want to, go super, super into detail, but I do want to explain to you, how you earn. So all of the information about the different ways that you can earn. So the first one is retail commission. You can earn up to 150% of retail sales. So say you sell something for $49.99, your price is $21.99. It's a $28 profit. So it's pretty simple. Retail commission, pretty basic. I don't know what else to say about that. The wow bonus. So you can earn 20 to 25% on VIP customers immediately. So if you have 4 people who order from you as VIPs, which would be a $100 order. So you have 4 people that order $100 worth of product in 1 month, you get 25% in free products once you get that. And then, so, I currently am sitting at, I have close to $200 of product credit available to me in my office that, I don't have to spend out of pocket for, and I'm going to be able to snag some awesome products. And not only that, I've made a commission off of that. So you also get VIP global sharing pool. I won't go too much into that, but from what I understand, is if you get so many VIPs in a month, they put your name into the pool, and you make another percentage off of the entire pool of commissions. And then you can also create a residual income with your team and with your customers. So if you have a VIP customer that orders, say, in April, and they decide to reorder again in June, that's just something that, is a residual income for you. You also get paid next day off of your VIP customer commissions, which is incredible. So the third way you earn is team commissions, and basically agents can earn up to $25,000 per week with one income stream alone. And you have to qualify, like there's, things obviously that you have to do to qualify for that, but basically it all, you might be like, oh my gosh, numbers freak me out. I don't like numbers. I don't like numbers either. So basically we talk about the power of 2s when it comes to adding to your team. You basically add 2 people and help them add 2 people and just help everyone grow. It doesn't have to be, I know some businesses you have to have 8 people underneath you, and then 2 of those have to have 2. For this, it's not that way. So it's just the power of 2. You help 2, they help 2, they help 2, and it just grows. So the fourth way that we earn is through leadership check match. And so it's basically the power of a duplication. So you get 20% match on the people you enroll, and then 10%, 10%, and 10%. I don't want to get too much into that because I'm not good with numbers, and I would probably mess it all up, and you would be all sorts of confused. And then the last way you earn is like through performance. So they have a lot of neat incentives. For example, they have lifestyle trips around the world. They also have this really neat bonus. It's called Drive Your Dream. You don't have to buy a car, but a lot of people like to. And every 4 weeks, once you reach a certain rank, you get a certain amount of dollar amount every 4 weeks. You can put that towards a car, like I said, or you can just put it towards something else. But it goes from $500 to $6,000. They also have rank advancement bonuses, which I love because in my previous business, we didn't have this. And so basically every time you rank advance, you earn a dollar amount or you earn something like a gift. So your first would be like $15. The next one would be a $200 bonus. The next one after that, which is I'm an executive right now, you get a wristwatch. And then after that, you get $250 or like an iPad. So, and it goes all the way up. There's actually $1.4 million worth of rank advancement bonuses available to you on the table because the highest bonus is $1 million. So there is that as well. So you're like, great, this is great. I love this. How do I become an agent? So to become an agent, it's a $49 sign-up fee. And then what I recommend is that you get a starter set. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. I was told this by my partner, and I was like, yes, this makes sense. So I'm running with it because I agree with this. So let's think about it this way. Say you were like, okay, I'm going to buy a vending machine. I'm like, I'm going to buy a vending machine. I think I can make money. So you buy the vending machine. Would you let your vending machine sit empty? Absolutely not. That makes no sense, right? You would have it sit there and have nothing in it so people wouldn't buy stuff so you wouldn't make money. The same thing goes for this business. You're going to have to put a little bit of skin into the game. You're going to have to, invest in some products. Now, the neat thing about this is, you do your $49 sign-up fee, and then you buy a starter set. You now have this kit. You can either, for me, I use it on social media, so I'm always spotlighting the products, using them on myself or, on my husband if he lets me, and I do it that way. If you're someone who is wanting to go the party route, then you're going to use this product on your parties. And it's going to be an investment because people are going to try it. Because I can guarantee you, if you haven't tried the product yet, I'm going to tell you that I will be able to wow you with one of our products. I guarantee it. I guarantee it because these products, it sounds sleazy and I don't want to sound that way, but I've never had someone try the products and be like, I don't really like it. I haven't. So you're going to want to put something into that vending machine, right? So you're going to have your sign-up fee, and then you're going to have your starter set. So then you're like, okay, cool. I'm good. I'm going to do that. Now what? And this is my favorite part. I saved the best for last, so if you stuck on, then I am so grateful because this is where I get really excited. So now what? Apparently the bottom didn't change, so don't read about the skincare because it didn't change my picture. So now what? You've signed up, and you're like, okay, Michaela, I've signed up, I've joined your team, like now what? Am I just on my own? Kiss me goodbye, see you later, sayonara? Absolutely not. This is the piece to me that has just been a game changer in my network marketing business. It's the culture piece. So the minute I was signed up, right? Once I left Phoenix and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to do this, but they delivered. They told me that they were going to plug me into a team who would support me and cheer me on, and they've done just that, right? I have one-on-one calls. I have at least 5 mentor phone numbers in my phone available to me at any time of the day, right? I don't know if you've been in a previous business before, but I did not have 5 numbers available to me for upline. And so it's pretty incredible that I can sit down and, message someone who may be 4 or 5 levels above me, who's killing their business, who's like celebrity status, although there's no celebrity statuses in Seacret. I mean, there is, but people are very humble and very kind. I can message them, sit down with them, and they will work with me, and they will help me, and they will be like, okay, this is what we need to do. They reach out. They match you step for step. I said I would be able to work this many hours in my business. They match that. They do it with me. And I love that about that, because it's all about getting down in the trenches. And that's the kind of person I am, is I like to get down in the trenches with my people, and I like to work with them, and I like to help them. And I want to see people succeed. And that's exactly what this team does. They are like, I have girls in Idaho. I'm here in Arkansas, and they are like willing to drop a Friday night or a Saturday, away from their family potentially, to go to them a couple hours away and host a party with them if that's what they want to do. That is unheard of. I've never heard of that. Really quick before I finish up, when I was in Phoenix, I was able to sit down, like I said, with the CEO and all of that, and that was great, and that was incredible. But the kicker for me was that night we were invited to dinner at Isaac's house. He lives in, like, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the name of where he lives, but he lives in like gorgeous Arizona on top of this mountain. He's got a tree that like grows up, or not grows, but it's like this huge tree that's like in the center of his dining room area. Like, his home is gorgeous, right? And you have to park outside of the gated house, and they drive you up the driveway. And we get there, and I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting down to dinner. Isaac actually came over and said hello to me, asked me about my children, asked to see pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, this is different. I've never experienced this before. So then he gets up right before dinner is about to start, and he says, I'd like to recognize, the people of, I can't tell you the ranks because I don't really know all the ranks, but, top ranking people, will you please stand up? And in my brain, because of my previous, like, the way my brain was wired from my previous business, I was like, oh, great, here it goes. We're going to, like, clap for them, which they deserve, because they do. They've worked their guts out. They do deserve it. But we're going to clap our guts, we're going to clap for them, and then we're going to, it's going to be this big, like, ordeal because they're the celebrities. But that wasn't the case. He said, will you please stand up? They stood up, and then he said, will you please serve dinner? And I kid you not, that the top agents in this company were serving little old me from Little Marianna, Arkansas dinner, right? And not just me, everyone around me serving us dinner. And Isaac is serving dinner, because that's the kind of culture that they've created. Leaders eat last. I don't know if you've ever read that book by Simon Sinek, but it's all about how leaders eat last and how to have a servant heart. And that's what this company is about. And that is just, it's new, and it's refreshing, and it's exciting for me. And so I hope that, if you've been looking for a home, maybe you've tried this network marketing thing before, and you're just like, gosh, I don't know. I just don't, I don't know if it's for me. It didn't work out last time. Trust me when I say that if you listen to your heart and your gut, and it tells you that this is something you need to do it. Because this company is nothing like I've ever seen before in my entire life. And it's incredible to, I have friends in this company who have been with previous companies before, and they're like, no, this is so different. I've never seen this before. And so I really hope that if you're looking for a home, know that this is an incredible home for you, filled with incredible people, filled with people who really, genuinely, truly want to see you succeed. They're not out for, to see you rank advance. Trust me when I say we will ask you, what are your goals? Because we really care. We really want to know. This is about you. This is about your family. This is about your future. It's not about me. It's not about anybody else, the person that invited you. This all comes down to you and what is going to be best for you in your future. So I want to thank you for jumping on. I want to thank you for, like, if you were on waiting for me to get through all the technical difficulties and all that, I'm so appreciative and so grateful that I had this opportunity to do this. If you're like, I really am ready to move forward, I really think this is for me, I recommend reaching out to the person who invited you onto this. Set up a one-on-one call. We have so many different people to get you in contact with, to answer any questions that you have. And we look forward to having you on our team, because it's a pretty incredible place to be. So have a fabulous night, you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.